I'm always sleepy. What are you talking about? How you doing? How's ya doing? Oh, there. Yeah. Pardon me. So today, we're gonna do mostly art comms, watching videos and stuff. And again, TikTok decided to be a bitch to me, so I'll be streaming TikTok through another application. We'll just hope that I don't end up breaking everything. As usual. What? What do you guys want to watch today? What are we watching? I wish we had Isn't TikTok was not TikTok today again. No, I will, but I'll be streaming it through another platform rather than with OBS like I usually do. So you won't see chat. You won't see TikTok chat, but it'll be on just OBS usually allows me to stream it through a plugin, but my thing got revoked because I showed 3 seconds of a video that wasn't on. And they had a hissy fit, per usual. Yeah, I'm doing art today. What are we watching? I'll scroll for you guys. What are we watching? I need to watch stuff. I've been watching like 3 seconds of Doom and Terror. I've been watching a lot of true crime lately. Because it's really cool. I love true crime. It's amazing. I've always been a fan of true crime, I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but I've always loved true crime. I think it's mostly because my friend, they wanted to study true crime in Norway and stuff, and it got me into true crime because they kept watching true crime videos and stuff with me. We played around videos in the gaming shorts. Because none of my friends are on, so they can't give you guys free content. And so we'll probably be on later. Territory? Yeah, true. I watched a video about that actually lately, because there was one. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, Don't Fuck with Cats or something on Netflix. Someone covered that entire story and talked about like how to do it without being exploitative and, you know, kind of romanticizing the actual killer, which I totally agree with. I don't think we should. But I also don't kind of see many ways we can even talk about tragic things happening without it becoming kind of weird. You know, into that weird territory. Because we need to be aware of people doing bad things, you know? But in the same sentence, it's hard to do that if you don't if you don't talk about it, you know? It's kind of like a weird should we do it versus how to do it without romanticizing the killer and stuff like that. I've always loved the psychology of it. I'm very much a psychology person. I wanted to study psychology when I was younger. We will watch my videos then. I'm not cute anymore. I'm not cute anymore. There's a bunch of things respect to victim and not to do it strictly for money. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree. It's such a slippery slope, you know? Because it's important to talk about, but how do you speak on such a hard topic in a respectful way? I don't know. I feel like what what I personally think is that it should be the responsibility of the person covering it rather than you know, censoring words and not playing it. Like, yeah, but that is also because if they say certain words, YouTube will not show it to anyone, and you'd want people to be aware of these cases, you know. So I do understand censoring, even if it can be uncomfortable, you know. It's how YouTube is. Yeah, don't fuck with cats. Yeah. Someone did with so much harder to real and yeah, I do agree. I think that's just because that's just how YouTube is, to be honest. It's disgusting and I hate it, but you know, that's how it is. Can I take your order? Oh yeah, I did some character design today. Is Evie. I haven't made much good art with them yet. I need to look commissions wherever they are. Is it this? Yes, it is. Okay. The traffic on elsewhere and then advertise borderline. What gives? Yeah, but that's just YouTube. And in that case, I kind of understand it. I don't blame that on the content creators, you know. I blame them more on YouTube, to be honest. Think of the advertisements. Yeah, it can feel very fucked, which I do get. But it's how business is, and it sucks. It just does not feel like YouTube would actually give too much of a shit about it. Unless people talk about it. And even then, it's like a give or take whether they'll actually. Why does the taste stream look worse? What do you mean? What do you mean it looks worse, Fernandez? Ah, my stomach. Ugh. No gameplay or Mo? No Mo? Oh! I'll, hi. Hi. Papa Mo. Okay, I'm gonna try and color this in. Budget cuts. Got two Mo's over here. I multiplied. That's just what happens, you know? It's just a common occurrence of the voidling. You multiply every so often. It happens. Got multiplied silly. Yeah, it's just how it happens. It's just how it works. It doesn't multiply. Okay, this her base skin is this. So, okay. Don't focus on the Pokemon. Focus on the skin. You can barely see that. All the budget went to the extra Mo. True. And that's why you should subscribe to me. I know it's almost green. What? That's blue. What the fuck? I think it's because the background is fucking me over because it's white. I'm gonna lower the background like this. You're tripled here? Oh no! I tripled! I multiplied. Chat, I multiplied. Oh no! You're allowed to hit it on the purple side, am I? I'll turn up my in a bit. Too many mouse? Can there be too many mouse though? Can there be too many mouse, or is too many mouse not a thing? Is there enough Pokemon cards for 3 mouse? Too many mouses in a random animal? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. You're too sweet. Hi, Teacup. Hi! I'm okay, I'm okay. This looks good. I'm still new to blush and like shit, so this looks pretty okay compared to what it could have been, to be honest. I might lower it a tiny bit. I'm glad to hear, I'm glad to hear. Okay, and then we do... I think I'm gonna do silver here as a base, to be honest. Cooked the whole last week. Let's do frozen pizza today. I love frozen pizza, bro. Chat, what's your thoughts on frozen pizza? I fucking love it. It became one of my comfort foods so fucking quickly. I'm gonna be so for real. That's unhealthy, shut up. You have one life, why not just eat what you fucking want to eat, you know? Cardboard desk. I never tried that, but sure. I'll put it on the video. I'll just add a couple of them to queue. Eating a singular pizza won't make me die. True. There you go. What is that now? Oh, it's just me showing up my other videos. I mean, if you want to watch my videos, just go to my YouTube channel, wonk wonk. Funny moment, yes. What's that little creature on the character? It is a Pokemon. I don't remember which Pokemon it is, but it's a Pokemon. The person who commissioned wanted me to draw their character with a Pokemon. More abos? What do you mean? Oh, subs. From the funny moments? No, not really. It's an ASMR video with Pokemon cards. Oh, this is the said dog video we. trap-inch, yes! It's called a trap-inch, yes. Elden Ring music? Yeah, I did that reference. I don't think Enzo knew that reference though. My sister's having a friend over right now. I just hear them upstairs system them repeatedly upstairs. No clue what they're saying except furries. Maybe they like furries. Maybe they are furries. Love how dapper this character is. I know, but it's a pain to draw. I don't know if this is the right character. This does not look like the right color. Way. Oh, fuck my life. Yeah, that makes sense. The opacity changed the color. I don't trust autistic people. No, that's not what I'm trying to say, bro. I said check your sources. You asshole. Thank you for the likes, Madeline. I can hear you, but not the vid. Oh, so I'm a dumbass. Okay.
Actually, I did have a bat.
Never mind.
We risked a bat when I was younger because there was a bat who got into the air vent above our bathroom when I was like 10, maybe below that probably. I barely remember this, but it's one of my favorite stories to tell. We ended up, since my dad, he's very into wildlife, knows all about all animals and all of that. He might be autistic, and he knew what to do. So we basically kept the bat until there was a rescuer who was available to safely take it and inspect it. And we kept it for a couple of days because the rescuer said that they needed to regain their strength because the bat wasn't badly hurt, but like it needed a little bit to regain its health and begin to fly again. And then when it could, we released it into a bat sanctuary here in Norway. It was a vampire bat, I think. I remember it being a vampire name. I don't remember which one though. But on that note, I do hope you guys enjoyed 10 minutes of me just info dumping on you. I hope that made your night.
Do you have asthma? Not that I know of, no. Wouldn't be surprised if I did though.
About FNAF and what I like about it so much, but it's taken me so much to even want to say anything I like about it because holy fuck, there's so much I hate about it, and that hate had gotten to the point of after still on that entire security breach shit show. I hated everything with FNAF. I was in my hate era, and
Oh, this is Mortimer mode. Oh, okay.
For old FNAF to come back. And there's still so much I could say in critique, and so much I could
fucking love Mortimer. Mortimer mode. I love FNAF so much.
Even if you got refunded or blah 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 and all that sort of shit, and how broken it was and how ruined and security breach.
I'm part of the asthma army. Yo. I'm not sure if I have asthma.
Everything about FNAF because of course it's gonna be fucking towards kids now. right. But I don't want to make this I hate video. I don't want to.
Are you what?
Criticism.
I don't know what that is.
This is supposed to be me talking about things I like, talking about things that make me happy. And right now, only the old games do. So,
am I a cigarette? What?
And a little bit of a rant on fan games, probably, because I don't know. The old games, FNAF 1 was back when I was a kid, and Golden Freddy was a thing, and we watched Markiplier play it, and I remember back in the day, the one thing I loved so much about the community and loved so much about it back in the day was how the theory kept it alive. I would theorize with my friends day after day. When we found something new or thought about something new, we would talk to one another. I remember we messaged each other like, oh my god, I found this, I found this. This could be a thing, this could be a thing. Talking about the story, talking about how the kids, we were theorizing like it was our job. We were game theorists by heart. And I remember Golden Freddy being such a big
You know what I mean if you
part.
smoke?
And
No, I don't smoke, I vape.
I remember, except for Foxy being the good guy, which I found so cute.
And I do not condone it. It is a dumb decision. Do not do that.
But when FNAF 2 came out, I lost my goddamn shit. And the mango was my favorite character for such a long time because, oh my god, it was such a sick
It would be
design.
different colours, so that would probably be more decent.
I have my critique about it. And it kind of showed it had being like more child friendly, etc. But like the grittiness, the personality, and how like much love was poured into it, which was just shown by how much Scott worked on all of those games, which is what I fucking hate about Stillwell's era.
Let's go with those clouds.
So much, and it made me love
Foiled again! Oh no!
Shadow Bonnie, Shadow Freddy, talking about the Paper Pals. Like, Endo and the Paper Pals were a shock like none other. Because we would look at every single thing. I played it on my phone. I beat that game and FNAF 1 on my phone. I didn't have a PC, so I beat it on my phone. I was one of those. And though I love the game design and audio design of FNAF 1, I do give my praise on FNAF 2 being quite fun. It left an impression on me. And the arcade games were really fun to do. I remember
Also play FNAF on phone first. Yo! Nice! Winnies!
And I would play all the games and talk to my friends about it. And then FNAF 3 came around. And at the time I hated it, but after Pastra's video, which I rewatched way later, I kind of found a lot of good things about it. The gameplay is boring as shit, and there's no real threat aside from Springtrap, which is, oh my god. But I did love the story, and I've heard a lot of people talk about like, oh, FNAF ended off FNAF 3, but I do disagree with that.
Fun tip for any artists: do not use white.
It's also because it just would not make sense to show the spirits still actively being there.
Do not use complete white. Like when you see up here, you can turn this. Do not go all the way out. Try and use versions of what would be perceived as white. Makes it look a lot better, and you can highlight easier. As white is the brightest it can go. Lucky stopped around Security Bridge? Yes, same. I've been a FNAF fan game fan though. For ages.
Got FNAF 4, which, holy shit, that spawned the worst era of FNAF ever. Dream Theory was good. I'll come out of there. Dream Theory was good. I like Dream Theory. Why?
Wait.
It makes sense. It was supposed to explain things from the previous games. Now it doesn't. We had Dream Theory. We had one good thing, and we destroyed it.
I was stretching.
The game itself was lovely. I can't play because I will have a panic attack. Which kind of leads into another game that I'm going to talk about later probably. But I loved it so much. And all of the other games, I could talk about it so much. I could just sit here and run. But what I want to say is all the games up to FNAF 6 were brilliant. They were great. The books, it's okay, I guess. It does make sense at the time. But the reason why I love all the old games is because they had that personality. It was clear Scott poured love and affection and all of his blood and tears into each of the games to give us something. The passion behind those games showed. But when it became a corporate thing, Stillwell's, that fell off. And Security Breach happened, rules happened. I'm not going to speak about it because I will end up getting so angry. But that leads reminds me onto the fan games.
Rushing high
The reason why I
key
love the
stopped
fan
around
games
security
so much
bridge.
more than the actual mainline series
Yeah, man.
is because they have that grittiness, they have that passion, they have the story. It's not.
Oh yeah, stretching does be that good, yes.
That fucking kids with security bridge, you know, and ruins, and even fucking Secret on Mimic. You can't argue that it doesn't, because it still is holding back, and it does not have that same personality.
Ugh.
It has a slower, like, it feels like a slower, like, progression into it getting better, but I still feel like it is. It feels like it's made for money, not for the love of the fans or the community.
I'm gonna send this over and see. As an update, I'm gonna take a small break from the commission and just do some character designing.
Love, care. Blitz Castle, which is one of my favorite fan games.
Cause I need a fucking break from that. Hold on.
It is so good. It has a great design for all of the characters. They're silly, goofy, but they also work. They make you scared, but make you want to.
Because I wanted to make another bioweapon.
And though they give some silly shit,
and I thought it'd be really cool. Because I've done character designs before like that. I think. Where are they? Is it this one?
Because they were so fucking good at being terrifying. Some people say they look goofy, which I can understand, but you know.
This. No, it's not.
Worked was the passion.
What is it?
And care. And genuinely, they felt scary. I still can't play through Blitz Casa because of the sections with hourglass. I can't. I will have a panic attack. And Treasure Island.
Because this is like the new OC I wanna
the game so much. So it was FNAF.
draw, but I don't know how to.
Worse, I can't remember what it's called. FNAF or something. Mine is a flumpty. One at a flumpty, which let's keep it short because I have.
What's a concept? A bioweapon.
It was so good.
That
so fun. It scared the shit
is supposed to be, because the main thing is. Let me explain. Their synonym is E. The Inform, Vindicate, Inspect.
Nights, quote unquote, was so fucking good, and I spoke about that in another video actually, which made.
Wait, Enforce, Vindicate.
Fine as a Frederick.
No.
A still scary paw. Fine as a Frederick is a perfect.
I think it was.
Mixture, in my opinion, of goofy and intriguing. It had arcade games. It had a story.
Eliminate evidence.
The goofiness didn't take away from how I felt fear every single time any of the animatronics came into the fucking office. Bernard is the main one, because genuinely, what the fuck did he eat? He became.
And they are disabled. I think Stingray is what I want with.
Whatever his name is, I can't remember. And like yeeting him out to go inside makes you so fucking terrified every single time. And there's like, there is love for the new games. There is things, and I've been starting to watch theory videos.
What the fuck am I doing? Who's Bernard? Oh, morning answer.
To still love FNAF, but I will majorly interact with the FNAF fan games compared to the actual mainline games, and that says something, and that's sad. I can't remember. That's something I miss a lot.
They are kind of inspired more by murder drones and that sort of thing. What's a disability? Their arm. Let me put up. They wear like a sweater like this because their arm, when they were created, yeah, let's just make that. They were trying to make them completely immune to acid. But I ended up burning their arms, so they have like chronic pain and weakness in their arms and hands.
I feel about them. But I want to talk about it and just, enjoy everything. And this is not made for any hate, any harassment. Please do not go and create a toxic environment. This is about me talking about things I like and giving genuine criticism. And I don't want to see any bullshit about it. Because this is supposed to be a fun, dumb video of me ranting to the void. Literally, this series was gonna be called, oh yeah, Into the Void, because it's me yelling into the void. It's never meant to be taken as hate or meant to be used in an argument for or against. Because that's not what the purpose of this is. So I hope people stay vigilant and stay happy and have fun and talk about things they like, because there's too much toxicity in this world. Thank you.
This little goober.
I made one video on Hollow
Hi!
of beating its
Fuck you! Jesus! Good old nerve damage and... Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That scared the crap out of me.
Never mind, I guess. Be careful. I don't know what that nut is. Do you have an egg? I... I...
They look like an evil scientist. I didn't mean to do that.
There is a turret in the fucking app. He has his own comfy little room. Hi, buddy. Don't bite me. That's a spider.
Thank you so much for the heart. Appreciate it. Thank you. 10 coins. Thank you so much for the roses. Appreciate that. The Tick Vibe color palette. Yes. Their color palette is green and purple. I kind of want them to match with fish because they're supposed to be like fishes. Partner. Hey, MTP. And they have a tail. But of course they do. But like a stingray's. Like this. Then tip that can help me improve my drawing skills. Yes. There are a ton of them. I have made a video specifically for that.
This is actually so funny. What the hell?
Let me put that on. I'll put that on here, and then I'll.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. Now here we are.
I have to just
and
watching
that
this.
is a bit of a take, but I have been drawing since I was maybe 13 or below. I used sketchbooks, books. I stole pencils and paper from anyone I could. And throughout that time, I didn't really see much progress in my art. It took this year for me to actually see any sort of progress for my art. And I thought, since I've already done a video about what kind of experience I had in the streaming industry, why not give you guys some tips about the art industry? Now, my first thing is going to be about, you know, the quality of your art. I feel like all artists, regardless of the skill, will go through a kind of depressing time where your art will not look like you want it to. You might despise it. I still despise my art, and I'm considered a higher level than beginner because I can see every single flaw within every single piece. But someone else might not. I think the biggest first thing I could say about a beginner artist is just keep drawing. Don't go fully into studying unless you want to study it and turn it into more than a hobby. But enjoy it and draw what you like. Draw fan art, post, talk to people from communities, talk to your friends, show it off. Be proud of it, because all of the work that you create during this time is going to be so precious for you later on, because you'll look back on it and see, wow, I did this and this and this and this, and you'll be proud of how far you've come. Which leads me into the next thing. Online.
I wanted to have like big ass sleeves so you never see her hands, because it's supposed to be like a kind of like something she doesn't want people to see or know about.
Critical of beginner artists, and there are times where beginner artists have been bullied out of the community because people do not know how to take.
I want to look like Carter the songs with
the
right
to one another and give constructive advice rather than being an actual bully. And
the fuck did I just see? Holy shit! That's so cool!
Because they don't fit the norm of what is acceptable. And there is a fine line of what is acceptable and what isn't, but that doesn't mean you should bully someone out of the community for that. Especially children. Because we're all growing at our own pace, and bullying someone out of something that they love will just make them not do it anymore, and you'll lose someone who might potentially become a really good artist. I can't count how many times I got bullied for my art when I was younger, and had I given up, I don't think I would have been here now. Oh, it's
after her, yeah. They said that after her, when she walks, yes.
Goes to anyone else who does it, regardless of skill level. So, here's my tip. Be kind to beginner artists, and beginner artists
will help me because I made small child animations using Krita. That's so amazing. That's so cool. If you join my Discord, you can show.
That's their problem, not on you. Critical advice is very good though, so do take the advice that you're given, because
that's awesome.
That you're given, and study when you can. Studying isn't a requirement, but it is the foundation of what you are trying to acquire a skill in.
Because her vibe is like kind of like eepy.
That leads me on
like
to
an
the next
evening.
What do you even study? What do you study? Where do you go? Where do you come from, Cat Nitro? I spoke to my friend about this because he was very intrigued in art and wanted to know how I did what I did and how I got to the point that I did. And
she very much uses her like
the advice that I was given by other people. Study anatomy. Anatomy is the base of everything. It'll explain how to draw a head, how to draw fingers and hands, and don't worry if your hands look weird. Everyone's hands does. It is not
like eepy bebe.
Something that you will get fairly used to.
Because I wanted to have like a little cup here.
But aside from that, study anatomy.
How do you make a cup?
Color theory. Study a bit of perspective. But the biggest part I think people don't really understand when it comes to art is studying people. I've been told that doing studies of people, like go online, find 3D models and stuff like that, and I genuinely stand by that. I think if you can't go outside, maybe look online for 3D models of people. I prefer human or realistic, so you have a basic understanding of the foundation, but you can do some other stuff too. You can draw some anime characters, you can draw some anthros if you'd like. The biggest part of that is having fun and finding a kind of middle ground for yourself where you're having fun but also studying and learning. I made the choice of not studying and just jumping straight into furry art and straight into what I wanted to draw, and that didn't take me far, but I still had fun and begun to love
Ippy bebe.
which gets into my next project and my next advice.
Ippy.
Learn to love the process. If studying doesn't feel right for you, maybe just draw those silly anime characters making a face. Draw the fan art of Naruto or Luffy from One Piece or Dimension Digital Circus. Draw fan art, have fun, enjoy the process, because if you don't, you're not gonna want to study to actually get better at the process. It's a give and take situation, and it is something you'll have to manage on your own and find what kind of balance you'd prefer, and that doesn't get you to burnout. And lastly, just be kind to one another. I see way too many people getting bullied out of the community, doing hot takes like, oh yeah, name an artist you dislike, name an art style you dislike. Like, we haven't all been exactly where the person we're bullying is. It's hypocritical, and it makes me really sad to see, because we're all human. We've all been where that person is, and shutting them down because of the superiority complex, I don't fucking know.
It would have to be a sloth. You say, but I don't know if everyone said every major sin.
Have a good time. Enjoy yourself.
I don't know, actually.
On you here, and enjoy your day.
I don't know.
Okay, so welcome back to Into the Void. Yes, and in today's episode, I'm going to talk about animals I really like and infinite about them. So enjoy. Okay, so I have been watching like horse videos a lot lately and cat videos because they make me really happy whenever I'm really sad. And though cats are like so cute, I'm really interested in the more exotic animals, more animals that are rescues and aren't really like, you know, supposed to be house pets. And I found this one rescue who has like a couple of otters that they just like film them running around and stuff like that, and it's so cute because I didn't know otters could make noises. It make like honking noises like fucking bunnies, but they can.
I want to post enough animations before showing other states that will turn evil later on. Ooh.
Might just be my new fucking favorite thing ever. But on the fact of otters, fun fact number 1. Otters will hold each other's hands when they're in the water so that they don't float apart. And they will even hold their babies on their stomach so that they don't like get wet, and it's so fucking cute. I love it. I love it. It is so cute. It's so cute. And okay, second fun fact, because obviously I could have it now. It's something I spoke about in my other video, but snow leopards, or a type of leopard, when they're cold, they will put their paws on top of their tails, and will just sit on their tails, which is so fucking cute. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but please, oh my god, search it up. It is so fucking cute. Just such like big cat sitting on their tail. It is so fucking cute. Now it's super sweet. I don't know this, but bunnies don't actually have like the same type of fur on their paws that other animals do. They get kind of cold, kind of easily, which is really cute. And also, bunnies honk. My bunny, I've owned this bunny for a year, I think at this point. I adopted him from my family,
He's so eepy.
And he's so cute. He has such a personality. I keep him on stream sometimes, and
He's so
very,
eepy.
very cute. But another fun fact about bunnies and the fun fact of bunnies: bunnies will thump if they believe there is danger near. This could be a car or a bird they saw that freaked them out, and they're basically just letting they're just letting their pack know, hey, there's danger around here. You should be careful. And it's just very cute because people can take it as tantrums, but it is generally just them saying, hey, there's something wrong. Or if they got scared by the vacuum cleaner, and that's completely okay. The bunny's in the wrong there.
He's just a eepy. Will you me something Milo as a pillow, or is that a kid-only privilege? That is a kid-only privilege. If anyone else touched Mr. Midnight, he would end them.
And run around us, we will give them food. They basically looked at us and were like, yes, these guys like a big. They're like fluffy things.
Kid is the only one Midnight tolerates enough.
I don't remember what that fucking quote was, but it's not friendly shaped. If not friendly, white friendly shaped or something. And they just understood that and were like, yeah, we're gonna do that now. And it's really cute. I follow a lot of fox rescuers on my TikTok because it's just a blast to see them around, and it makes me.
I want to see a certain.
This particular one who has a couple of foxes who come to her house every so often, and she has basically created stories of them, just like tell to the audience, and it's very captivating. It's very fun. What in the fuck are you doing? Next fun fact. Axolotls. You can axolotls actually can regenerate their limbs. There's a study where where there were axolotls and they took off their limbs and they regrew them completely. They were completely functional. And it's really weird because I did not expect axolotls to be so terrifying. And also crows. Oh my god. I've talked about this before. The crows are so fucking cool. They remember people's
People make so many cool
faces.
designs.
Nice to one crow. It's very likely it'll tell all of its friends about you, and then they.
That means then tolerate is the key word.
Feed them all, and all that sort of thing. I did hear though that they're apparently very difficult to get to trust you. So be careful, and don't fuck around with crows, okay? Because they also remember if you're a bad person, and I would not fuck with birds. I'm just gonna say that. The birds are freaking terrifying. But also, on the topic of birds, there is a lot of birds are actually being discovered to be homosexual, who will prefer a partner of the same sex and will adopt.
That is so cool.
Which is really cute, and I really like that. That fact made my week when I found out about it. I was so happy to know that was a thing that I just ended up being like so happy. So happy. Also on the other fact, I think that's why I like Pizu from Pokemon so much. Because I look for Otto and the really
This
cute
one's so
friendly.
cute.
Sharks are scared of dolphins. I think we all know why.
This is kind of what I think should look like, to be honest. That looks kind of more like a jester-esque. I don't know. Hi, Felicia.
I don't have any more facts. I'm gonna set up a couple of ones because I'm not making this video like 8 minutes. This is gonna be me input dumping the fuck out of you. So prepare yourself, sit back and fucking relax. If there are facts that I said are wrong or misinformation, I'm sorry. I browse the internet and it can be misinformation, so always check your sources and don't trust the word of a 23-year-old fucking autistic person. A group of
If you have just the vibes,
that is so
don't know.
cute.
Yo, GG, Felicias.
Snail can snap for 3 years. I feel like snails are so weird. I got another fun fact from a viewer on stream where they said that snails
Ooh.
are the pet, which is so weird. I don't know why.
This is cool.
It's not something I expected or felt comfortable knowing. Which is like really fucking weird. But on a more cute one,
I love that.
goes with pebbles. And my opponent wants to impress a female. He finds the smoothest, shiniest pebble and offers it as a gift. If she likes it, she keeps it. I fucking...
A green and that kind of vibe, yeah.
Oh my god. And cows have best friends. Cats can attach to certain bodies in the herd. I'll stick together, graze together, and even get anxious when separated. Isn't that a thing where also like... Not tigers, is it? There's an animal that gets so anxious that there's literal service dogs trained to be with them in their pups. I don't remember who it is right now at the top of my head.
How long until somebody negative time created time travel?
Oh my god. Some type of parrots give each chick a unique sound when they're born, kind of like giving them a name. The chick keeps that sound for life and responsive, just like we do with our name. Oh my god. I'm actually so happy. That is so cute. I made my day, bro.
Oh, this is so cool.
Oh, they are bad facts. Oh my god. Bats are found almost everywhere on Earth. Ooh. Some weigh less than a penny, while others are whopping 1.5 wingspan.
Goodbye, MTP.
Sleep upside down. Yeah, I know that one. I feel like everyone knows that one. But on that note, actually, I did have a bat. We risked a bat when I was younger because there was a bat who got into the air vent above our bathroom when I was like 10, maybe below that probably. I barely remember this, but it's one of my favorite stories to tell. We ended up, since my dad, he's very into wildlife, knows all about all animals and all of that. He might be autistic, and he knew what to do. So we basically kept the bat until there was a rescuer who was available to safely take it and inspect it. And we kept it for a couple of days because the rescuer said that they needed to regain their strength because the bat wasn't badly hurt, but like it needed a little bit to regain its health and begin to fly again. And then when it could, we released it into a bat sanctuary here in Norway. It was a vampire.
Meow.
I think I remember it being a vampire name.
Let me try and. I'm to get a bit tired.
I do hope you guys enjoyed 10 minutes of me just info dumping on you. I hope that made your night better and have a good night. I wanted to talk about FNAF and what I like about it so much, but it's taken me so much to even want to say anything I like about it because holy fuck, there's so much I hate about it. And that hate had gotten to the point of after still on that entire security breach shit show, I hated everything with FNAF. I was in my hate era and I violently advocated for old FNAF to come back. And there's still so much I could say in critique and so much I could talk about how broken security breach is, how the fucking price should never been reflected in $50 fucking dollars. Even if you got refunded or blah 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 and all that sort of shit, and how broken it was and how ruins and security breach just broke the lore to a new point that made so many people quit and hate everything about FNAF because of course it's gonna be fucking towards kids now. right. But I don't want to make this I hate video. I don't want to spread hate or criticism because that's not what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be me talking about things I like, talking about things that make me happy. And right now, only the old games do. So I want to talk about the old games and a little bit of a rant on fan games probably, because I don't know. The old games, FNAF 1 was back when I was a kid and Golden Freddy was a thing, and we watched Markiplier play it, and I remember back in the day, the one thing I love so much about the community and
That'd be my affiliate. You want signing?
kept it alive. I would theorize with my friends day after day. When we found something new or thought about something new, we would talk.
I like this.
I remember we
I like
messaged
this.
like, oh my god, I found this, I found this, I found this, I found this. This could be a thing, this could be a thing. Talking about the story, talking about how the kids, we were theorizing like it was our job. We were game theorists by heart. And I remember Golden Freddy being such a big point and all of that. And early on, there wasn't that many theorists I can remember, except for Foxy being the good guy, which I found so cute and funny, which would make a lot of sense, obviously. But when FNAF 2 came out, I lost my goddamn shit. And the Mango was my favorite character for such a long time because, oh my god, it was such a sick design at the time. Of course, you know, I have my critique about it. And it kind of showed it had on being like more child friendly, etc. But like the grittiness, the personality, and how like much love was poured into it, which was just shown by how much Scott worked on all of those games.
Respawn, nice.
Hate about
Wispy hair, yeah. I think I like that better for her design.
Even more, and I remember me and my friend talking about Shadow Bonnie, Shadow Freddy, talking about the Paper Pals. Like, Endo and the Paper Pals were a shock like none other. Because we would look at every single thing. I played it on my phone. I beat that game in FNAF 1 on my phone. I didn't have a PC, so I beat it on my phone. I was one of those. And though I love the game design and audio design of FNAF 1, I do give my praise on FNAF 2 being quite fun. It left an impression on me. And the arcade games were really fun to do. I remember trying to like speedrun my way into the arcade games without dying repetitively.
Window in water, yeah, agreed.
Play all the games and talk to my friends about it. And then FNAF 3 came around, and at the time I hated it, but after Pastra's video, which I rewatched way later, I kind of found a lot of good things about it. The gameplay is boring as shit, and there's no real thread aside from Springtrap, which is, oh my god. But I did love the story, and I've heard a lot of people talk about like, oh yeah, FNAF should have ended off FNAF 3, but I do disagree with that. Because the bad ending seems to be the one that's canon, but also because it just would not make sense to show the spirits still actively being there, and then say, oh yeah, it's over. You're done. And there were so many questions we had at the time, like, who is Springtrap? Who is Golden Freddy? What's the deal with the kids? We didn't even know about Henry at the time, which is just like so fucking mind-blowing to think back on. But after FNAF 3 and the iconic scene of Springtrap getting killed, which, hell yeah, he deserved to die, we got FNAF 4, which, holy shit, that spawned the worst era of FNAF ever. Dream Theory was good. I'll come out and say it. Dream Theory was good. I like Dream Theory. Why? Because it makes sense. It was supposed to explain things from the previous games. Now it doesn't. We had Dream Theory. We had one good thing, and we destroyed it. The game itself was lovely. I can't play because I will have a panic attack. Which kind of leads into another game that I'm going to talk about later, probably. But I loved it so much, and all of the other games, I could talk about it so much. I could just sit here and rant. But what I want to say is, all the games up to FNAF 6 were brilliant. They were great. The books, it's okay, I guess. It does make sense at the time. But the reason why I love all the old games is because they had that personality. It was clear Scott poured love and affection and all of his blood and tears into each of the games to give us something. The passion behind those games showed. But when it became a corporate thing, Steel Walls, that fell off. And security breach happened, rules happened. I'm not going to speak about it because I will end up getting so angry. But that leads me onto the fan games. The reason why I love the fan games so much more than the actual mainline series is because they have that grittiness, they have that passion, they have the story. It's not, oh yeah, this looks like it's supposed to be for fucking kids, with security breach, you know, and ruins. And even fucking Secret on Mimic, you can't argue that it doesn't, because it still is holding back and it does not have that same personality. It has a slower, like, it feels like a slower, like, progression into it getting better, but I still feel like it feels like it's made for money, not for the love of the fans or the community. It feels like it's made for the money. I'm just gonna straight up say that. But with the fan games, it feels like there's put passion into it, love, care. Oblivious Castle, which is one of my favorite fan games, is so iconic. It is so good. It has a great design for all of the characters. They're silly, goofy, but they also work. They make you scared, but make you want to learn more about the story. There's Easter eggs that perfectly fit in the universe, and though they give some silly shit, make sense for the story. Oblivious Castle and Five Nights at Treasure Island made me love creepypastas because they were so fucking good at being terrifying. Some people say they look goofy, which I can understand, but you know, to each their own. What worked was the passion and the love and care, and genuinely, they felt scary. I still can't play through Oblivious Casa because of the sections with hourglass. I can't. I will have a panic attack. And Treasure Island, I did max modes of because I adore the game so much. Though it was FNATy, but worse. I can't remember what it's called. FNATy but dumb or something. Mine is a Flumpty, one at a Flumpty, which let's keep it short because I'm so disappointed with how that went. It was so good. It was so fun. It scared the shite out of me, even when the characters looked so goofy. FNAF in real time, remaking FNAF, still gave that same fear, still gave that same interest and intrigue, and honestly has one of the best Oxy nights, quote unquote, was so fucking good, and I spoke about that in another video actually, which made me want to make this video. Fine as a Frederick, giving Goofy a still scary paw. Fine as a Frederick is a perfect, like, mixture, in my opinion, of goofy and intriguing. It had arcade games, it had a story, how the boss fight was insanely cool, but I never, the goofiness didn't take away from how I felt fear every single time any of the animatronics came into the fucking office. Bernard is the main one, because genuinely, what the fuck did he eat? He became so tall, and him standing over you is fucking terrifying.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Hi, Jen.
I can't remember. And like, yeeting him out to go inside makes you so fucking terrified every single time.
Yeah. Hi.
There is love for the new games. There is things, and I've been starting to watch theory videos again and watch videos about the newer games again because I want to like it. I want to still love FNAF. But I will majorly interact with the FNAF fan games compared to the actual mainline games, and that says something. And that's sad. Genuinely. That's something I miss a lot. Will get back my trust and the people's trust. I think they are trying to. I think they genuinely are trying to with Secret and Mimic, but I don't know. I don't genuinely know. Because I don't feel like FNAF should have ever went corporate. It should have never been something that felt like was made for the purpose of money. To get as much money as they could from anyone, compared to actual passion and wanted to tell a compelling story. And I've heard people argue either side, and genuinely, I don't know what I feel about them. But I want to talk about it and just, enjoy everything. And this is not made for any hate, any harassment. Please do not go and create a toxic environment. This is about me talking about things I like and giving genuine criticism. And I don't want to see any bullshit about it. Because this is supposed to be a fun, dumb video, me ranting to the void. Literally, this series was gonna be called, oh yeah, Into the Void, because it's me yelling into the void. It's never meant to be taken as hate or meant to be used in an argument for or against. Because that's not what the purpose of this is. So I hope people stay vigilant and stay happy and have fun and talk about things they like, because there's too much toxicity in this world. Thank you.
I made one video on Hollow Knight of beating its Coliseum, which was my favorite part of the
Brother,
game.
I don't want to listen to...
When did you talk about and a bunch of their team to replace it with AI. So fuck you. Now, to the actual video, I want to say I want to always give a bit of a bright look on things. I want to talk about things I love, not things I hate. So, I'm not going to touch on any of the controversy or any of the situation. I just want to sit here and talk about the things I actually did enjoy playing Black Ops 6 with my friend. Now, the first map that we played was Totem, which is actually the map that got me into Black Ops in the first place, and the first map I ever played with my brothers when I was just 15 barely, and it means a lot to me, genuinely. So I'm very happy that that got a return, and it looks like a very faithful remake of that map. I loved playing it. I loved I genuinely had a bunch of fun playing it. Me and my friend were fucking around, we were trying to get the Easter egg to work, I was training zombies, it felt like old times. I had a bunch of fun, and I was learning how the game worked with the Gobblegums, which hadn't been introduced to me. I knew it from Black Ops 6, but I didn't understand it. And I was just having fun, trying to grind camos and enjoying the old look, aesthetic. And I might even return for high quotas, to be honest, because it was very fun to play, even on my own later. I played it on my own, and though I did have issues because I'm very bad at the newer games, it was very fun to play, genuinely. The old map is very faithful recreation. I like that they didn't really try and push away from anything that they'd done in the actual like first map. The cutscene is there if you played solo, which I appreciated so much because that cutscene gave me actual chills. And returning to it was pretty fun. It has a very good aesthetic and a very good vibe. Like you feel like you are genuinely bunkered down, not sure where you are, trying to fight against these massive amount of zombies that come out of graves. And the Samantha Easter egg was pretty fun when we got to that, though my friend did have to do the majority of the work and I trained the zombie. But Dr. Tutton was a pretty fun map, probably gonna be one of my favorites just because it was just really cool to look at, honestly. I really liked it. It might be my bias from the first ever time and it being the first map I ever played, but yeah. I also want to say that the intro screen to the zombies was really cool. You sit there watching the character you're playing, or one of the characters you'll be playing, look around and see the zombies run around, and you just wonder if they'll ever see him, if that'll be the end of it. It's scary. Unida Totem was the next map we played, and I genuinely really liked playing it. It was fun to run around, it felt very good to run and to try and train the zombies around. Me and my friends had a lot of fun. I liked the introduction to teleport you to a safe place where you could quickly pack a punch and then look around. It also allowed you to see yourself, so me and my friend had a lot of fun with that. I think I had a jump scare when I first saw the dogs because I just genuinely did not expect dogs, so they gave me a jump scare there. But playing Unida Totem was actually genuinely really fun. I really enjoyed it. Looks really good, like the graphics look really good, and there's a ton of like storytelling in the environment, how it looks, and it feels like you're there. It felt immersive. Genuinely, I think it's one of the maps I'll return to do high rounds on because it was easy to train, it was easy to look around, know where you were. Everything felt interconnected, like you would open one room and shit, you're in the theater, or oh, you're by this point where you can go back to the staircase, or, you know, it felt interconnected, which I really enjoyed as someone who does high rounds and like training zombies and making sure that I can have total control over my ammo and resources, etc. And also, I will be playing with the Vespa because the Vespa has a really cool skin I like. Some of the skins are, I think they're okay. I think the later games has better, funnier skins, and I'm not sure if you can buy skins in this game or not. I will probably look around for that, but I did really enjoy just having my own little gun, staying in the corner, running around, looking at everything. I think I took a good amount of time just looking around, and every new door made me want to explore more and more and just check out the scenery. There's a dressing room, there's with the mannequins that scare the fuck out of me. I don't like mannequins, but it looks so pretty. That goes out to the theater, which is exactly what a dressing room would do. It would go out to the main theater because it's a backstage, and we had a special moment in the backstage where you could just like look around, and then you could open it up and it would reveal the audience of dead, and it was really cool. I just genuinely enjoyed that a lot.
Spectral? What do you mean by spectral?
I do wonder why they didn't allow you to run between the seats. That would have been kind of cool, but I don't think it would take long before you get stuck in there and you'd have to, you know, either kill the zombies or you get downed. But there was a lot of like assets in there that just made it feel so much like you're just back in the theater, and I really enjoyed that. This map is genuinely really good. I never got to play the original map, but the remake, or if this is not a remake, this map is just really good. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I'm probably going to do high rounds on it, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. We also did Origins, which is a map that I did back in Black Ops 2. No, I'm gonna say what I like first, okay. I like to start in the bunkers and then move between the bunkers in the snow, and the puddles really do like mess up your stamina, so you have to like be aware that you will be slower in Origins when you go in the snow or the puddles.
This is so stupid.
I really like the aesthetic of it.
I guess
like,
so. I was trying to make it look like
war,
liquid, I guess.
that
I
kind
don't
of
know.
feeling. I love the big robots, and the lore behind the robots makes me want to geek out, because it has a lot more to do with the story, which I am not good enough to explain actually, because I do not understand half the story. But it was part of the story of the game that I knew. It was very well known to me at that point of the origin story with Bricktoffen and Samantha, and I really like that. I like that you can hear Samantha in the background, and like she's talking and informing of things of the lore, and the characters respond to her too, which is really fun. You have different characters. You can even play as Bricktoffen, which is really fun. Because I played Black Ops 2 and I really didn't get much interaction with Richthofen, which was like supposedly the guy who created the zombies alongside another guy. So it felt like I was naturally being introduced to everything through that. I do want to say it felt really hard to do training or any sort of like high round stuff in it, and something me and my friend kind of agreed on was that it felt kind of unfair. Like you needed to get the special weapons and you needed to do the Easter egg rather than those being an optional thing you could do and have fun with. So I did enjoy the scenery. I did love the robots, seeing this giant thing that could potentially step on you, and stepped on me multiple times. And it at one point even got me stuck between that and this like random robot dude that they spawn. I don't remember the name. And I ended up getting downed a bunch in this map just because it was really disorientating. But I still really liked it. I thought it was a really good map, and I really appreciated what they'd done with it. I think genuinely that the lore maps feel like you're doing something for the greater purpose of the lore. Like you're interacting with the lore specifically yourself, and that's one thing I've always loved about Black Ops. Like you're not just playing a map. In certain maps, you're not playing the map, you're interacting with the environment and telling a story through that. And I really like that. I thought it was really cool. And I also like the customization, because it has the Chronicles that I bought like a pack. Because it was the sale, it was like super cheap, and my friend had been begging me to join in. And it gave me like a bunch of like free cosmetics, and I did not realize how much I'd enjoyed the cosmetics and just like having my own personal thing until I was stuck on it for like a good 5 to 10 minutes just looking around at everything. I think I would definitely spend money on this fucking game if I could. But it was genuinely a fun experience. I didn't expect myself to like it because when I used to play Black Ops 2 and do high runs on Black Ops 2, a lot of people said that Black Ops 3 was just disappointing and bad, and I thought it was going to be a bad experience. I hesitated on buying it for so long, but when I saw my friend playing it and I wanted to join in and I started to actually play it and enjoy it, I had a good time. I don't know if I'll enjoy it the same way on my own or if high rounds are going to be interesting to me, but I definitely did enjoy it and will probably return to it to just look at things and play and have fun and consume the lore. Because one thing I like a lot about the early Black Ops games is that they focus and give a ton of love to the lore. There's cutscenes, there's cosmetics, it feels like every map is made with a little bit of a sprinkle of lore on it to tell a story of a that's like overarching over everything else. And I think that's pretty cool. It is saddening to see what it's become today, but I will probably like the older games and just play those. I don't think I want to interact with the new games. Oh, yeah, thank you for the rent. Bye-bye.
Sorry if I'm a little quiet. I'm so eeping. I'm heckin' eeping.
Whenever I create a character, I always envision a theme. Something that I'm going through or something that I might be going through in that moment, and I explore it through my characters. This is like trigger warning. If you're sensitive to any of this, please be mindful and enjoy. Patchwork was created by Cade during a time where Cade Mr. Midnight was on the run, and before he came to Star Labs, as a means because Midnight didn't really trust Cade that much, and he would often go on his own. And not really be there unless he needed to be or he saw a reason to be there. Now, Midnight always knew where Cade was, so it wasn't a means of protection, it was a means of distancing himself. Cade became quite lonely in that time, and to compensate that, he created Patchwork. Patchwork wasn't something that he even thought could come alive, more so an experiment of how the void works with inanimate objects. And
I want to see
after a while, he began to implement changes. From one point it was a door to the next where it had a human skull that Midnight angrily gave over, and it spawned Patchwork. Patchwork is a very energetic guy, but he takes after the skull that he has inside his head, to become or show traits of the person that used to be alive before him, Castiel. He would become paranoid, kind of skittish, closed off and shy, cowardly, and very scared of the human race or any races at all. He struggled to even understand how it meant to be alive or feel alive, and how he kind of works in the situation. And the lore thus far is Patchwork's purpose in the lore is to experiment with gender and with the feeling of not feeling quite like yourself. Think Zubo like in the Amazing Nature Circus. Having all your limbs, but they don't feel quite right. And the dysphoria and the personalization that he often endures is quite distressing. It is one of the reasons why Patchwork has some low art, which is on my
I tend to be a bit slow at all this character too.
sensitive topic for some people who either face it or know someone who have faced it. I personally have, sadly enough, and it's a huge part of my life and a huge part of how I interact with people daily. A lot of Patchwork's traits are traits I have myself as well. I think the lore is quite short, mostly because he joins Cade, and then once all of them join once one of them joins Star Labs, he's kind of suited for that kind of job. He very much enjoys the repetitive calmness of it all, and he doesn't need to
Move on from Evie to Ilios.
Scouts. He's not one of the staff who does interact.
Because I want to redraw his outfit and stuff.
That's Cade's job, and Midnight is more so surveillance and being a bit of a chaotic gremlin, whilst Patchwork is assigned as kind of scout dog or a guard dog in a sense. He doesn't fight anyone, and he's very against fighting. He's very cowardly when it comes to fighting and would rather run than try and take a blow. And for that reason, he is more fit to look out for new entity spots if there are any that they missed or was called in, or just generally travel around or be in Cade's company. At the point where Ilios joins, the two even start to hang out there. Ilios and Patchwork are someone I genuinely believe will become very strong friends. Though, because Ilios is gay, I don't see a relationship between the two. But I think they would be very strong friends, very close friends, as they both deal with this kind of same issues of not feeling quite alive, not feeling quite human, and the dissociation that occurs. Being so separated from the people around you, like you're the odd one out in a sense. And I think they could rely on each other, and I do see them growing quite a bit closer than I would see the Patchwork Girl with Cade. And even at one point, I know I said Anne a lot. I'm trying to remember everything in my head because it's going 10 times. Patchwork has a bit of a anger towards Cade. Not because he did anything bad, but more so because he feels angry because he feels left alone. He felt like he was just created and then thrown away like a doll. I think one of the songs that I played in my head whilst I was creating him was Jack's Toy. Or Jack Toy, I don't remember the original thing. It was used for the Imagine Digital Circus. I saw Jax singing it and I was like, yes, that is great. But he's just the concept of like being thrown away and feeling used by that. And though I don't think Cade would maliciously have done that, I think that Cade just, as someone who's very closed off and paranoid about everyone, Cade barely like came out about anything to Rem, and Midnight and him have clashes all the time. Patrick kind of feels left out. And I don't think that's a malicious on Cade's side by any means. But it is something I will work on, and I will probably introduce through the Journal of a Ghost, which is on Notepad, when I do come to write about Patchwork and Ilios and all of those, who will appear, though at the current moment I'm in the era of Cade's relationship with Rem. So that's gonna be fun, and I've had a lot of fun writing it. And if you want to read about all of it and see the characters, they will all be there. I've even thought of ways to make separate realities, though I have no idea how to separate them in terms of like book-wise, because I don't want people to get confused. Like, is this which version of Ram am I? Which version of Cade am I reading? You know. But I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited to let y'all get to know my characters more. And one thing I forgot to add, Patchwork has multiple limbs that he can attach and detach, which is kind of funny. I don't even think I knew about the Imagine Digital Circus when I originally made him, which is really funny. Though it is definitely more inspired by it now. And if you made it this far in the video, holy crap, what the heck? Thank you so much. I appreciate you so goddamn much. Have a good day, happy New Year's, and I hope to see you all soon.
I hate kissing. Yes, I said it. Ooh. And it's not because any of my partners were bad kissers or that it wasn't done right. I feel like I have enough experience with the different partners that I had to kind of see what I would and wouldn't like. But I didn't feel the spark or anything.
Why the fuck does this look so weird?
I did like. I was on a date with this girl, and she was the first time I was ever dating a girl, and I'd been planning everything. I'd been going in and out about being so anxious because fuck, this person, I really like her. And I was so nervous. When we went on a date, it was amazing. I enjoyed every second of it. We really matched, and we had the same interests and everything. And then we got to the point in the night where, you know, we were getting cozy and talking, and she leaned in, and
Your name is okay.
The moment felt right.
Hello, how you doing?
Okay.
Ilios is being strange. He fucking is, bruh.
Your love is supposed to be amazing experience, but I felt nothing.
didn't want to ruin the moment because obviously something I'd learned was
I of
how to develop affection and show affection
wrath.
was through physical means, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't like a bleh, or I don't want to do this anymore. I never withdrew consent, and she always asked, and it was amazing. But it kind of felt like a
Ilias is just being a bit of a silly goober. I love Ilias so much. Ilias is my baby.
And one thing that I thought about as I was gonna make this video was a comparison. So like it was like you're hungry and you make
He's my little baby.
and you're so ready to eat that food, you're hungry. And suddenly you're not hungry or didn't taste right. And I went on to date this person for a little bit longer. We didn't.
The wrath one knows of Pete toxin.
Still one a few times.
Yeah, because he's grandson of the sin of wrath and the god of inanimate. So I want a part of his design to be like dignified by that, if that makes sense. I thought of giving him like a horn, like a, you know, a devil horn or something, but I don't know.
It was pretty okay. I also want to say on the last video I made, affection is weird. A couple of people spoke about it like comparing it to gratitude, like the I love you is gratitude for another person, and I really felt that one, to be honest. So I just want to clear up a misconception. I'm they them.
When did you like
Transgender, non-binary. I'll probably make more videos explaining that sort of thing, but I wanted to hop on and tell a little story time that I thought was very important from
with Horn Big Fluffers? Yeah, I know.
So yeah.
I want to do some revenge streaks to sound different from righteous anger by its lack of reasoning to self revenge. Yeah.
So why are OCs so traumatized? It's a big thing I've seen on TikTok as someone who uses TikTok a lot for my OC content and for my art content. And I came across this video of someone explaining like a lot of OCs are just like, oh yeah, you give them 1,000 scars, they were abused the hell back from their family, etc. But I kind of know it's not like
I like the dragon side. Ooh. Ooh.
But as someone who used OCs to kind of like process my own trauma and things I liked and disliked, I can kind of explain why, at least for me, why my OCs were like, oh yeah, they were abused from the age of 10, they lost their family, blah 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 blah, all that sort of like almost edgy, quote unquote. Basically because I needed to understand trauma and explore and process my own, so often I would make up very severe scenarios that I hadn't gone through, but that allowed me to like feel valid, I guess, in my experience, because I've seen a lot of people be like, oh yeah, you went through this one event, that means your trauma is valid because like it's one event compared to people who are abused all the time in their life and etc. And I had OCs back in the day that were like really, really traumatized. But it wasn't because I'd gone through what they'd gone through, but I'd gone through something similar and I needed ways to process it that was safe. And like I feel like not everyone is going to relate.
I really liked the dragon
this,
symbol.
Like,
The character
why they have
based on a sin embody it or
Some
suffer from it?
have a lot of
Suffer
trauma.
from it. I think
You
is
know,
explain it.
a lot of
'Cause
anime kind of like
the sin stuff wasn't even
Stray Dogs,
on purpose. It started from Cade being so associated with gluttony due to his like curse by the gods.
one of the ways that you kind of like go
And with the Ilios, I wanted
through a safer level of
uh
your own
something alongside Felt to be the reason Ilios' like family spawned. And the Sin of Wrath really makes sense. So yes, they do suffer from it rather than embody it, but it's also something they learn to accept.
My stuff online, which gets onto the other topic of people of what the fuck kind of OCs you have, because it has to be creative but not too creative. It has to be pretty but not too pretty, or it'll look like AI. Don't even get me started on the AI. So at some point you're just stuck with either getting bullied or getting praised. And it makes you kind of not want to even post stuff online. But back to the main topic of the video. Why a character's traumatized? I think it's because a lot of people need a safe lens to explore.
But I think it's kind of both.
And possibly process their own trauma. And if not, that's maybe because of the shows your light had those characters with those kind of things in them, and you wanted to, you know, make that your own thing. And I've seen one topic also be discussed with like self-inserts and shit like that, and it is so annoying to see people be like, ew, you have a self-insert? Self-inserts aren't real, self-inserts aren't blah 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 blah. Like, I'm pretty sure every single person had a self-insert at some point. Like, why are we bullying people for having fun? Making an OC is supposed to be fun. Being creative, writing is supposed to be fun. Why are we bullying people for the one thing that they feel like they can do? Like, come on. We need to be better than that. That is just fucking annoying. Like, fucking come on. Onto a lighter side of the topic. One thing I really love with that sort of writing technique, writing like severely traumatized characters, is that it allowed me to explore a lot of topics that I would not normally have gone into, and allowed me to learn a lot.
I think I'm gonna add to Ilios, I'm gonna add
like there are things
there's the Dr. character always make big games and write about it with the battle class Railblade with a logic.
I explore those characters. And you can get very creative and even add your own trauma and own issues to make the character more like realistic in a sense. Like, for example, with Cade, his relationship with his mom, it's based on my relationship with my mom. Crowley, he's based on a time where I wasn't sure what gender I was and had a really, really tough relationship that I needed to get out. And him and Harvey afterwards were me during a time where I was in a more happy place. And I wanted to explore that kind of safe feeling as an ace, as Crowley is ace as well. And there wasn't really much representation of that, so I decided to make my own.
I mean, he's not exactly narrated to be. He's a grandson, so it's gone through. It's like a religious type of thing where he has the anger and wrath from his grandfather and the love and care from his grandmother, and they both conflict with one another. So like his thing is about learning morality and like where do you cross the line where you need to be punished. What is right and what is wrong is basically his entire like bit of my real life, and I'm sure others have character trying to find out what is right and what is wrong. You probably have some OC that was born from your emotions with a certain person, or something you wanted to have. For example, more representation in the ace community. I made first Crowley, and Cade became Arrow Ace because it just fit him. Neutral over. Well, yeah, that's enough of me. Not a neutral, rather both of them being a conflicting, being like he wants to protect, because Felt's entire religion goes on the fact of protecting the people who are weaker and protecting the defenseless. But also the wrath and anger from seeing how evil the world has become and wanting to take that out on the people who hurt others. If that makes sense. See, he's constantly fighting the two sides of where do I need to be where do I need to restrain myself, and what is okay and what isn't. Kind of like entirely moral. It's very moral question because like he kind of spawned a bit from watching Hell of a Boss, Husband Hotel, and they talk about like morality, what is right, what is wrong. And Elios became kind of that, because Elios means sun, which can either be the warmth of it or the wrath of it, like the anger, burning fire.
Excited to show our new home to family and friends, major upgrade to our previous home. We hosted a housewarming. During the party, one of my sibling-in-laws, Alex, made a few indirect comments about all this space, and kids would love it in our house, etc. Eventually, they asked point blank,
And I just want to give him a fluffy tail because I fucking can.
which is my go-to for
And if anyone has a problem with that, they can fight me. As my baby is my baby.
Pregnancy and breastfeeding? No, thanks. I tried to make it very lighthearted and laugh it off. Most people just laugh along. That seemed to anger Alex, and I was told
I
children
love my little baby and its
a good
fluffy
mother
tail.
puts her kids before everything else.
Who's she the mother of? A hypothesis? What are you talking about?
That's right. Hypothetical mothers, you put your ghost children before yourself. Happy Halloween. That's the message for today. I agreed.
But chance too, so true.
Time with the
Hi,
nieces and
MTP.
nephews, and obviously I can't be a good mom if I chose sushi over kids, so I just won't be a mom. Paraphrased. Still trying to brush it off in a gentle way because I'm not trying to start a fight by telling them to stop asking in front of everyone because I know my tone will be seen as rude and abrasive. We move on, but Alex is still annoyed and making little comments in their group about how flippant I am about it and how when it finally happens, then I'll understand. My husband heard this and joked.
Because one of the main things is that Elios didn't have much restraint when he was younger and would get easily angry trying to defend the people that can't defend themselves, like school bullies and stuff, and it got him in a lot of trouble. It's also just about how religion can be convoluted over years and stuff like that.
They told him Alex was annoyed we were so careless and callous about our child.
So why are OCs so traumatized? Is it
FNAF boss fights are so freaking cool. I can think of so many instances where people have created the coolest kind of like interactive like boss fight 1v1 punching the fucking animatronic in the face.
I don't know whether it's a kid let the anger out. Kinda, yeah. And it's like,
and you're like
one of the scenarios I thought was like when he's a kid and he's trying to defend someone getting bullied, and like he takes his anger out on the bully, but it becomes an issue of he can't restrain himself, so he ends up really hurting the child. And it's about like, is it okay to defend yourself, and where does that limit hit, and what is the moral of like, are you justified? Like, it's a very hard topic to talk about, honestly.
It is so cool. I love that game so much, not only because of how silly goofy it is, but also because you get an entire night where it has banger music, the other animatronics are on, but you're fighting Golden Freddy. The Golden Freddy. You're bitch slapping him in the face, making sure that he doesn't get into your office, which he's already in your office. What is he doing? You know, why is he not attacking you? But we're not going to think about that. I still love it. And another one is just Juniors, the Mangle. I remember it was so iconic because I watched Astrospiff play that game. And when that came up and this music began banging and just getting,
I think I might turn Elios's main colors into orange and red, rather, like this.
What is going on? And when I saw it, oh my god, it has to be my favorite design of Mango so far. there's no one else
Maybe?
who's done as good of a design of Mango.
Since it is
Giving it the
based off
rustic
wrath and love.
weirdness to it being put together by different parts.
So
Because obviously
maybe
none of it was in the original FNAF 2 game.
on
So
that
it's
side and
putting
highlights on this
different
side.
parts. Was it was only like endoskeleton and foxy head. You know, never really made sense to me. But in general, the freaking owl concept with the tail, how the mango looks and how it acts, making it like attack from all different angles, and it's so freaking cool. Like, we need more of those. I think the only instance we've had of a boss fight, quote unquote, is like FNAF 4 with Nightmare Freddy or whatever his name is. But aside from that, we have not had any freaking boss fights. And we need more. I demand more. I will play anything with a fucking FNAF boss fight in it because it is so freaking cool. And it's just so cool. Like, you're one this animatronic made of steel and metal. You're punching them. And it sounds so silly because, like, this is an actual story.
That is an awesome game. I
Got
know!
stuffed into animatronic suits, unlike Steel Wheels era, which, oh my god, don't get me started. Prior to that, it was souls trapped in a suit, and now you can just imagine someone 1v1ing fucking Freddy in a fist fight. But we need more boss fights like that because they are honestly the best part of the FNAF fandom, and they make the game so unique and interesting and give a new perspective on it. But like, I don't feel like we should do it in the sense of like William Afton should be punchable. He looks very punchable in the face. I would love to punch William Afton in the face. I'm gonna be so real. But anyways, that's enough of my rant. Bye.
Zach's law means that trolling anybody deliberately with the intention of causing them seizures is now a criminal offence.
Aren't green or red popped out. He will still have the red. He will still have the green. But I think his main color scheme is gonna be red and orange.
Punching the fucking animatronic in the face. Like, in FNAF in real time, there is the third night, which is the Foxy night, quote unquote, and you're like trying to keep him from getting into your office, and you just see his eyes glowing in the dark in the doorway, and it's so fucking terrifying, honestly. That has to be one of my favorites, but my favorite has to be Five Nights at Frederick, where there's the fifth night, you're literally bitch slapping Golden Freddy. The Golden Freddy. Was that Golden Freddy? Markiplier style. And it is so cool. I love that game so much, not only because of how silly goofy it is, but also because you get an entire night where it has banger music, the other animatronics are on, but you're fighting Golden Freddy. The Golden Freddy. You're bitch slapping him in the face, making sure that he doesn't get into your office, which he's already in your office. What is he doing? You know, why is he not attacking you? But we're not going to think about that. I still love it. And another one is just Juniors, the Mangle. I remember it was so iconic because I watched Aslosbeth play that game. And when that came up and this music began banging and just getting better and better and like building up that anticipation towards seeing the Mangle, I was just sitting there like in anticipation, like, holy fuck, what is this? What is going on? And when I saw it, oh my god, it has to be my favorite design of Mangle so far. There's no one else who's done as good.
Gonna have highlights? Yes, because no. I'm not removing it entirely from him because it is his signature and belt signature for their ability.
Foxy head, you know, never really made sense to me, but in general,
So removing that would just remove her entire side, which I don't want to.
Looks and how it's making it like attack from all different angles, and it's so freaking cool. Like, we need more of those. I think the only instance we've had of a boss fight, quote unquote, is like FNAF 4 with Nightmare Freddy or whatever his name is. But aside from that, we have not had any freaking boss fights. And we need more. I demand more. I will play anything with a fucking FNAF boss fight in it because it is so freaking cool. And it's just so cool. Like, you're rolling this animatronic made of steel and metal. You're punching them. And it sounds so silly because, like, this is an actual story where people got stuffed into animatronic suits and like Steel Wool's era, which, oh my god, don't get me started. Prior to that, it was Souls trapped in a suit, and now you can just imagine someone 1v1ing fucking Freddy in a fist fight. But we need more.
So this would be his main colors, and then green is the color felt of Felt's ability.
New perspective on it, but like I don't feel like we should do it
because that's her main signature color, and
like William
his father's or grandfather's color is that. So it'd be like that, basically.
I'm gonna be so real. But anyways, that's enough of my rant. Bye.
So he embodies both of them. You know? Okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a sketch there so you guys have some reference to use for my baby.
There is a turret in the fucking app. Has his own comfy little room. Hi, buddy. Don't bite me. That's a spider.
Look at this 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of cardboard with shiny ink on it. How much do you think it costs? $660 US at the time of this recording. Who in their right mind would pay But unfortunately, there's a big problem. I have no money. I got my wallet right here. You can
Never mind, I guess. Be careful. I don't know what that nut is.
My little puppy. I love this baby. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There is a turret in the fucking app. Has his own comfy little room. Hi, buddy. Don't bite me. That's a spider.
Where's that Tokyo again?
I know.
I. There is a turret in the fucking app. Has his own comfy little room. Hi, buddy. Don't bite me. That's a spider.
Where's Static Tokyo again?
I know what you're thinking. Yo, Static, you haven't uploaded in a year. I want to die. Dog, I don't even know where to begin with this one. This is probably a pretty long video.
Stop showing me that video!
And I played it the first time, but when it came to the what is it called, like the basement section or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about, bro. I had a panic attack when I played it on stream, and I could never get to finish it, which is partially why I love it so goddamn much. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it today was because of Mick, or the mother. This, oh my god, in Treasure Island she was like a presence, but in Oblivion's Casa, how terrifying she actually feels was tenfold. And as someone who recently found out that the night 5, which I never beat, is the mother's night, and you know I love boss fights, I wanted to talk about it as I was playing it. I find that night so cool. Mechanically, it is like something I adore about every FNAF fan game. Being able to fight this new thing, and yes, I'm now fist fighting a fucking whatever the fuck that is, but I'm trying to fend her off on multiple different ways, and I love how I'm hearing her talk to me, like trying to persuade me. It feels very like Sister Location Ennard kind of style, where Ennard is using Elizabeth's voice to try and get Michael to, like, you know, calm down, let him in, and it feels very much the same. And with Oblivious Casa, with Mick being the main thread, honestly, I thought it was gonna be Hourglass, but they feel like the same person. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know the lower indications between the two. You can fucking tell me in the comments down below. I adore it. It feels like she's trying to appeal to sympathy, but also hearing her say, "You want to see my head come off," made me actually like lose it for a second. And also there's one point where I got to the 3 a.m. switch up, and when I saw it in real time, I actually lost that round because of it, because I was in shock and I was so uncomfortable looking at that thing. I think the one good thing that comes out of the FNAF designs is the spindly legs and like how thin and like tall they look, like they're looming over you. They feel like they could just bite you. And it's the same reason why I love Hourglass, and I'm also incredibly fucking terrified of Hourglass, because they both exhibit that like trait of like they are so much taller than you, they could eat you in one bite. And also the spindly legs, which is like kind of reminds me of Slenderman, but way more terrifying than Slenderman. Going through that night 5 was actually really fun, and I can't wait to actually beat it. I'm probably gonna beat it in my off time, but it was actually really fun, and I really enjoyed it. I love the boss fights, and I find Hourglass and Mick's designs so cool, especially that she changes. They are different designs for different cameras. Something the fucking the developers didn't have to do that. they did not have to do it, and they did not have to go that fucking hard. But she has multiple designs. She can look like a tiny fucking Mickey, or like a looming threat that's and don't get me started on
This doesn't look good.
It's called Loft. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. I'm tired. It is so cool just seeing her standing over you, looming over you. That presence is so cool, and I wish more fan games explode that, especially with the voice. The same thing I like about Energy Night into this location with them trying to persuade the character to let them in. Like with Elizabeth, like being the voice that Enid used to talk to Michael during all of it. It's kind of like part of you is considering like that is a child. They don't know what they're doing. Forgetting that Ennard is literally like, Ennard, But
Okay,
I adore it.
okay, take care, MT.
To talk about something fun, and I thought it might be a good thing to talk about something fun after everything that's gone on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.
For most of my life, I tried to be invisible. I wanted my art and my personality to be neutral and harmless, so no one would judge me or.
And I played it the first time, but when it came to the what is it called, like the basement section or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about, bro. I had a panic attack when I played it on stream, and I could never get to finish it, which is partially why I love it so goddamn much. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it today was because of Mick, or the mother. This, oh my god, in Treasure Island, she was like a presence, but in Oblivion's Casa, how terrifying she actually feels was tenfold. And as someone who recently found out that the Night 5, which I never beat, is the Mother's Night, and you know I love boss fights, I wanted to talk about it as I was playing it. I find that night so cool. Mechanically, it is like something I adore about every FNAF fan game. Being able to fight this new thing, and yes, I'm now fist fighting a fucking whatever the fuck that is, but I'm trying to fend her off on multiple different ways, and I love how I'm hearing her talk to me, like trying to persuade me. It feels very like Sister Location Ennard kind of style, where Ennard is using Elizabeth's voice to try and get Michael to like, calm down, let him in, and it feels very much the same. And with Oblivious Casa, with Mick being the main thread, honestly, I thought it was gonna be Hourglass, but they feel like the same person. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know the lore indications between the two. You can fucking tell me in the comments down below. I adore it. It feels like she's trying to appeal to sympathy, but also hearing her say, "You want to see my head come off," made me actually like Lucy for a second. And also there's one point where I got to the 3 a.m. switch up, and when I saw it in real time, I actually lost that round because of it, because I was in shock, and I was so uncomfortable looking at that thing. I think the one good thing that comes out of the FNAF designs is the spindly legs, and like how thin and like tall they look, like they're looming over you. They feel like they could just bite you. And it's the same reason why I love Hourglass, and I'm also incredibly fucking terrified of Hourglass, because they both exhibit that like trait of like
That is way better.
they could eat you in one bite.
I think I lost the plot here for a second.
The spindly legs, which is like kind of reminds me of Slenderman, but they are way more terrifying than Slenderman. Going through that
My baby.
was actually really fun, and I can't wait to actually beat it. I'm probably gonna beat it in my off time, but it was actually really fun, and I really enjoyed it. I love the boss fights, and I find Hourglass and Mick's designs so cool, especially that she changes. They are different designs for different cameras. Something the fucking the developers didn't have to do that.
They did not have to do it, and they did not have to go that fucking hard. But she has multiple designs. She can look like a tiny fucking Mickey, or like a looming threat that's about to fucking punch you. And don't get me started on her appearing in the fucking it's called Loft. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. I'm tired. It is so cool just seeing her standing over you, looming over you. That presence is so cool, and I wish more fan games explode that, especially with the voice. The same thing I like about Energy Night Incest Location with them trying
He
to
goes
explore
hi,
that and
PA.
let them in. Like with Elizabeth, like being the voice that Enid used to talk to Michael during all of it. It's kind of like part of you is considering like that is a child. They don't know what they're doing. Forgetting that Ennard is literally like, Ennard, But I adore it, and I wanted to talk about something fun, and I thought it might be a good thing to talk about something fun after everything that's gone on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.
You might think that after 4 years of a
For
game
fuck's
being
sake!
released,
I'm
the
a
online wikis
Put some monsters back at it again. That's just a bit of a jump scare, yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a break from this. Copy that over. There we go. I'm gonna PNG post that. I was in for 2.5 hours, chat, so I think that's gonna be it. If you guys wanna see his full design, you're gonna need to wait because I'm fucking exhausted. My fucking body hurts. So we're gonna go and say hi to someone else. I'm so tired, Chad. I know. Thank you. All right, as I got again. Yeah. Head one's not hurting. It's head one's not hurting. It's pretty cool. I imagine that. Oof. So go and say hi to them. I'll be back Tuesday. I'm taking 2 days break. But I'll post the Ilios work on my Blue Sky, so go and check out my Blue Sky. And have a good night!
That's how it works. One? Hello, Molkar. How are you doing? Were you making some art again? Get your shout out, I guess.